Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming a great character actor. You all know him as Lurch in the Addams Family movies, Carel Struycken. I'm having Carel on the show today to talk about the Addams Family movies, when he played the monster in that classic underrated slasher movie, The Prey, the Witches of Eastwick, the Twin Peaks shows, and so much others. He's got a new movie out. He's actually in the continuation of The Shining called Dr. Sleep. I'm having him on the show today to talk about all that stuff. I met him last year at a convention, Sinister Creature Con in Sacramento. Very nice guy. I enjoyed meeting him greatly, and I can't wait to have him on the show today. So yeah, here is my interview with Carel Struycken. Hi, Carel.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
Fine. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's such an honor. Thank you for taking the time today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So, going back in time, I was reading, you originally wanted to be a director. Was there a particular movie you saw as a kid that made you want to become a director?
Yeah, but it's a movie that nobody else has seen. It's a Japanese movie, and it was called The Woman in the Dunes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if it exists on DVD or anything. But it's mainly what struck me when I saw the movie, and I was probably 18 or so it was pretty late. Before that, I was mainly interested in experimental theater. But what struck me about that movie was how little you needed to convey emotion and suspense and all that. It was basically a man and a woman in a large kind of a hole in the dunes, and they're stuck at the bottom and they can't get out.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that Billy Wilder movie, Ace in the Hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, so you were 18. Did you do any kind of acting in school plays growing up?
No, I was mainly organizing plays, and they were always pretty. They involved a lot of technology, a lot of special effects,
Mm-hmm.
So I always did it together with like the school's tech nerd, and we had all these contraptions. And so I did one play that took place in the dark, and people would feel it raining on them, and then there would be voices above them and stuff like that. So yeah, that was pretty wild.
And you're originally from the Netherlands?
Yeah, well, I was born in Holland, and then my parents moved to Curacao, to the Caribbean, when I was 4, almost 5. And then they went back when I was 15. So,
Mm-hmm.
that was a very memorable time being on that island. And, it was kind of very Tom Sawyerish, complete independence. I mean, compared to nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, I can imagine. It must have been very exotic. The weather must have been really hot.
Weather was hot, but there was always the very strong at the beach house, and then they would leave. So it was like total anarchy, wild parties. This is when we were 13, 14, and
yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty amazing.
So you went to film school in Amsterdam first?
Right. Yeah.
And then you went to the AFI in Los Angeles. What year was that?
That was, I think it was 75. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it was 75.
Yeah, that was when Hollywood was a much more intimate place. Everybody knew each other. The traffic wasn't as bad as it is now, and there was no internet.
No internet, traffic was better, and living was so much easier. I was just talking about it with somebody a few days ago. I had a 2-bedroom apartment that I rented for $300.
Wow.
But at the same time, you were doing like handyman jobs for $10, $15 an hour. So the ratio of what you needed to pay to live and what you got paid was so much better.
Yeah, it's just insane now. So after you finished film school, did you seek out directing work before you landed your first acting role?
No, I would be writing scripts, and then pretty soon afterwards, I hooked up with a director who had moved to Hollywood a few years earlier. He was from Holland originally, and he was kind of he was pretty famous, notorious, whatever you want to call it, in Holland. He had made when he was 22, I think, or so, he had made the most expensive movie that was ever made in Holland, in color, with studio sets and everything. And it was this amazingly weird movie. And everybody was just dumbstruck when they saw it. They had no idea what to make of it, and it's pretty brilliant, really. But, yeah.
It's an experimental film.
Yeah, there was a famous film critic in New York. I forget his name, but this was in the late 60s, early 70s, right?
Yeah.
And he after he saw it, he said, "This is the most expensive underground movie I've ever seen."
It was like an underground version of like a mainstream film, you think?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. Your first movie was the notorious film adaptation of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. How did you get cast in that?
Well, it was one of these Hollywood stories, you walk on Hollywood Boulevard and somebody runs up to you. And so, yeah, that was it. It was just, I was on my way to a movie and on Hollywood, on one of the theaters on Hollywood Boulevard. And this woman abandoned her car in the middle of the road. It was rush hour also. And ran up to me and said, "We need you in our movie." And yeah, that was it.
Wow, that's what I call a Hollywood story. You don't hear about those kind of stories anymore.
No, and I had at that moment, I had no intention of doing any acting work, but this was so strange that I thought, well, why not?
Yeah. Did you immediately lose interest in directing and decide you were going to focus on acting?
No, I never lost interest in directing. I started working with this Dutch director, and we had our own production company for a while and a sound stage, and we were well. The one thing we did in there was a musical feature with using all the local punk rock talent here in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really wild movie. It was called Population One.
Mm-hmm.
And now and then it pops up on YouTube. So, yeah, that was it. So, no, I always kept an interest in doing stuff behind the camera.
Wow, I'm going to check that movie out because I love the LA punk bands and stuff. I'm going to check that out. So, did you get to meet all the rock stars on the set of Sgt. Pepper's?
Yeah. The Bee Gees, and well, they were super nice guys and very down to earth and approachable. And they actually once rescued me from an assault by Mr. Mustard. Mr. Mustard had crawled into my trailer while I was taking a nap, and he started getting, while I was still asleep, I felt some fumbling, and I woke up and I thought, what the hell is going on here? And that was Mr. Mustard. So I jumped up and ran out of the trailer, and there was the limo with the Bee Gees driving by, and he said, "Oh, why don't you come with us? We're going to go on a little drive."
Oh, that's hilarious. How was Michael Schultz as a director?
He was very laid back and nice guy.
Yeah, I think he's a pioneer. I don't think he gets the respect that he deserves as a filmmaker.
Right. Yeah.
And from there,
the assistant was Major Collins.
Yeah.
I never remember names, but I remember her name. And she was the one who jumped out of her car on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, wow. That's cool. And from there, you played the monster in The Prey.
Right, yeah.
I love that movie.
They're trying to revive it right now. I don't know what's happening with it.
Yeah, I love that movie. I think it's very underrated. And ironically, it was Jackie Coogan's last movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you get to talk to him?
No, I don't think I was ever in a scene with him. So no, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. John Beekler, he did your makeup. How long did it take to get you into that makeup?
Oh boy, yeah. That was the first time somebody made a cast of my head, and that was an experience on its own. It took quite a while, and since then I've had to do a few more of those.
Yeah.
I hate it when sticky stuff gets put on my face. I mean, it's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
Once it's on, it's okay, but to have glue dabbed on your face is just, I can't stand it.
Yeah, it's got to be the worst, especially when you have it on your face for 12 hours or something.
Well, once it's on, it doesn't matter that much. And then it takes forever to take it off again, but that's another story.
This is probably the only horror film in history where the killer falls in love with the final girl at the end. Did you comprehend that at all when you read the script?
Well, actually, that's how they got me for the movie. Because when I read scripts, and they invited me to come, and I said, that's just another one of those movies. And he said, no, you get to go at the end. And I thought, okay, that's interesting.
Oh, God, that's hilarious. Yeah, I interviewed Lori Lathan, who played one of the girls, and she said it was a fun, interesting shoot, you know?
Yeah, it was very much like being at summer camp. It was like everybody was staying in a little bungalow in Idlewild, which is this little town up in the mountains. And, it was very idyllic.
Yeah, was it freezing cold out there?
No, I guess it was, I forget when it was shot, but it wasn't particularly cold. It must have been early summer or late summer. It wasn't very hot either, so something like that.
Mm-hmm. How did you get to be in the Wall of Voodoo music video for Mexican radio?
Well, that's because I knew all those guys from our own movie project. So I knew Stan Ridgway and a lot of people in the band. I think the drummer, I forget his name now, but he helped build the soundstage because we had our own soundstage for a while. And so, I knew all those people.
Yeah, I was watching the video once, and I was like, wait a second, is that Lurch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I thought that was hilarious that you were in the video.
Yeah.
Then you played Tarek in Ewoks: The Battle for Endor. How was that experience?
Well, that was the first time I thought that acting could actually be fun. Of course, they had to put all this rubber on my face again, which was not so nice. But the fact that I got to rant and rave, and I had this great the witch that was played by Sean Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
She was this, or is, she still has, this great British actress who was acted so convincingly afraid of me that she made me look better, actually, than I was.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the Wheat Brothers directed. I heard they're a lot of fun to work with. Were they?
Yeah, I think this was their first one. Did they do anything else, by the way?
Yeah, before this, they did a thriller called Lies, and then after this, they did a horror anthology movie called After Midnight.
Ah, okay. Yeah. They were fun to work with, and it was all done in San Rafael, where
George Lucas Studios.
Lucas had his headquarters, and in those days he also had his all the tech stuff there, so he basically had a whole shopping mall that was never used as a shopping mall, but it was like this big area, and they were developing video games, and they were building the sets there.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, he was building his own his ranch, but that wasn't finished yet at that time. So he wasn't shooting there yet. But we shot a lot of scenes outside because it was this gigantic piece of property. So you had everything there. You had redwood grove, you had lakes,
Yeah, I admire anybody who can take an ordinary location like a shopping mall or a liquor store and turn it into a sci-fi fantasy location.
Yeah. No. That was just we just did the set pieces were built there, and then they also had a sound stage, but he was already working full steam ahead on what he was going to build on the ranch.
Oh, okay.
And I think the ranchers around him were very upset that this was going to be a studio because they wanted their peace and tranquility, right?
Right.
So they tried to pass laws that you could only employ so many people per acre. And so George Lucas's answer to that was to just buy up more acreage.
Oh, that's hilarious. My earliest memory of you was when you were Fidel in The Witches of Eastwick.
Yeah.
Yeah, was Jack Nicholson great to work with?
Yeah. He was we were always kind of driven to the set, and he, of course, was in his own car, and he had his own driver that he always has. And you would never see him in the car because he would always immediately go to sleep when we were driving, because we had to drive all over the place in Massachusetts and Connecticut and God knows where else we were shooting it on the East Coast. But he was great. Yeah. And so was everybody else.
Yeah, Cher, Susan Sarandon, Michelle Pfeiffer, Veronica Cartwright. That's a great cast.
Yeah.
I think it was a great adaptation. I didn't like the TV revival they did years ago. Did you see that?
No, I never did.
Yeah, I can't remember what year it was, but it was just recent. It wasn't that good, I thought, but it's subjective. How did Twin Peaks come to you?
It was just a call. I think I had an agent by that time, and so the agent just sent me on a casting call, and it wasn't really a casting call. It wasn't like say a few lines or so. It was just meeting with the casting director. I can't think of her name right now, but I do run into her now and then. And the producer. It was one meeting, and that was it. And pretty soon afterwards, we started shooting.
And did you watch the first season before you came on?
Oh yeah, I was a major fan. I mean, I already was a big David Lynch fan, and Peaks was one of those other things, that comes so completely out of left field, with no reference to anything. And I always loved that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I heard they describe David Lynch as Jimmy Stewart from Mars.
Right. Yeah.
And he's very down to earth, but yet he just comes up with these really strange images on the screen.
Yeah, and also when he talks, sometimes you get very kind of almost like in Zen koans, or Zen, how do you call it? Yeah, koan, right?
Yeah.
Riddles like, the story always goes that when he works with Angelo Badalamenti, that he says things like, I want this piece to sound a little bit more orange, or something. And in my case, it was like, I want you to do it a lot slower. And that was it, no other communication, just always slower.
You're the third person from the show I've had on in the last month. I had Charlotte Stewart and Kimmy Robertson on last month. Very lovely ladies. And I asked them this question, too. Did you like the new Twin Peaks more than the original?
Well, they were just so different. I mean, I was just blown away by the 8 episodes, the whole black and white thing, and I think that's the one I'm in mostly. I don't appear that much in other episodes, right? But 8 is the one I'm hearing most. And it was just the wildest thing that has ever been shown on TV.
Yeah, I personally choose the original, but I think the revival was a good effort, I think.
Well, David Lynch is always evolving, so he would never be able to do the same as before. And if he would ever do another one, it would be completely different again.
Yes. How did you get to play Lurch in the Addams Family?
That was a very short meeting with Scotland and Barry Sonnenfeld. So it was just the 3 of us in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in and they said, well, what do you think? And I said, in those days I was living in Hollywood. So I said, well, no, that's not true. I wasn't living in Hollywood anymore, but from the days that I was living in Hollywood, people would always walk up to me and say, oh, you're Lurch, can I take a photo or can I get an autograph? So, and I would always have to say, no, that's somebody else. And so I told him, I said, well, it will be kind of a relief that I don't have to disappoint people anymore. And he said, well, as long as you know that that's what you're going to be for the rest of your life. And that was it.
Yeah, didn't you get to meet Ted Cassidy before he died?
Yeah, that was completely unrelated. It was Ted Cassidy had been involved with this movie called War with Tippi Hedren and her then husband, the producer of
yeah, the Herod experiment. I think that's.
what was the biggest? Damn it. Well, I can't think of it right now. But anyhow, he was a big-time producer, and he and Tippi Hedren got all these wild animals, lions, tigers. They were interbreeding them, so you had lions and tigers and God knows what else. And they had an elephant. And then they decided to do a movie with all those animals.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Cassidy was involved with them, maybe helping with the script or something like that. But anyhow, I met him while they were preparing the shoot for that movie. So it was a very short, kind of 1 minute handshake.
Mm-hmm. That's so ironic. You got to meet him and work with Jackie Coogan on his last movie. It's really ironic.
Yeah.
Now, I imagine it didn't take as long as it did on The Prey with the makeup for Lurch.
No, that was some kind of pre-trial shoots with some rubber here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Angelica always had, or maybe still has, I don't know, her own makeup person. And she said, "Oh no, he doesn't need all of that. Here, just let me do that." And so she just took a few brushes with some powder, and within 5 minutes, she said, "Okay, use your lurch."
Is it true Orion Pictures made the movie but sold it to Paramount because Orion was having a financial crisis?
Right, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Because I know Dances with the Wolves and Silence of the Lambs temporarily pulled the studio out of debt, but had they had waited, Addams Family probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, but I guess they probably didn't have the cash. And there was so much, I mean, it was this gigantic production, and the sets were just, I don't know how many sound stages, and so yeah, it was a very expensive movie.
And how was Raul Julia to work with?
Oh, he was an amazingly nice guy, and what I didn't know at the time was that he is such a fantastic singer. So he was a very slow shoot, so the lighting took forever always. And first they do it with stand-ins, but then even when we were called on the set, they still had to tweak stuff here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to stand there for I don't know how long, and Lauren would always start to sing, and he had this bottomless repertoire of arias and musicals and you name it.
What was there any talk about making a third one before he died?
Yeah, there was, but I think because the second Addams Family came out together with Mrs. Doubtfire.
Right.
And I think Mrs. Doubtfire took away so much of the business that they got cold feet and didn't start working on it right away.
But then you ended up doing one with Tim Curry and Daryl Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was that experience?
Well, that was completely the other end of the spectrum. That was really on a shoestring. That was fun.
It was fun. A lot of people like Addams Family Values better than the first one. Do you think the second one is better?
Yeah, well, it was a much better script, and on the first script they got. I'm so bad with names. I can't think of his name, but they got somebody who I think he was mainly a playwright in New York to rewrite the dialogue, and then that person I think was the one who wrote the script for the second one. So, and he had this knack for really snappy dialogue and great twists in the story, and yeah, so that was great.
Yeah, I like the second one. I mean, it's a lot darker, but there's some brilliant stuff in there, like that, Thanksgiving play at the camp.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I love that. How was the Star Trek Next Generation experience?
Well, there was also one of those. I've been lucky that I have been part of so many iconic projects, right? And
Right.
the original Star Trek was a rerun when I arrived in Hollywood in '75,
Mm-hmm.
and I had never heard of it. So you turn on the TV and you see these people in these, they look like pajamas or so, walk around
Yeah.
on alien planets, but it was really special because you sensed, even in the original one, that Gene Roddenberry really had very different aspirations with Star Trek than most of what you see on TV. I mean, he really wanted to make people think about things.
Yeah.
And the next generation, I think, was the best iteration in that respect because he really got to kind of delve into a lot of existential questions like what does it mean to be male or female? What does it mean to be alive or to all these kind of questions that people usually don't deal with in a TV series
Mm-hmm.
or in a movie for that matter. And he managed to do that. So that was pretty special.
Yeah. Did you actually get to meet him?
Yeah, I met him a few times. And I remember at a certain point I was reading this book that completely blew me away, and I was on a cruise and he was on the same cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember walking up to him and saying, "Oh, you've got to read this book." And he said, "Oh, yeah, I've read it. And it was like he really, he was very well read and he really knew what he was talking about, you know?
Yeah. That's amazing. So your newest movie, Doctor Sleep, is a continuation of The Shining. I haven't seen it yet, but from what I gather, it's getting a pretty good response.
Yeah, I had expected it to be, to take off a little bit faster. But I really like working with the director. This is the second movie I did with him, and he has a real knack for kind of these suspenseful scenes that just go on, and you can't get out of it. You can't. There's no relief, right?
Right.
And this, what I really liked about the scripts was that it was much more of an adventure than The Shining was. Pretty static by comparison. It all takes place basically in one in that hotel, right?
Right.
And just with a few people, but this is involves like a lot of chasing people around and so in that respect, I had thought it would be more of a would be more accessible to people, but I don't know. I think yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Ewan McGregor plays Danny Torrance, all grown up in this movie. He's a genius. Did he just give everyone just a positive energy on the set with his talent?
I don't know because I was never in the same scenes with him.
Oh.
I was in a lot of scenes with Rebecca Ferguson, who was pretty amazing. I was very much blown away by her presence. And yeah.
And you play a grandfather?
The little kid who gets tortured to death.
Ooh. Yeah, you play a grandfather in it?
Yeah, I play that grandfather.
Have you gone to any screenings for it?
Yeah, well, I went to the premiere. Yeah. It was 2 weeks before it came out officially.
A lot of scares, a lot of people looking away and all that.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I'm gonna go see it soon, and I'm glad it's doing well. Do you have any upcoming projects or convention appearances that you'd like to plug?
I am going to be in Pensacola in February, I think. And that's, I think it's mainly, there are going to be a lot of Battle for Endor people there. So it's kind of, I guess it focuses on Ewok adventures. I know that Sean Phillips is going to be there, and well, a few more.
Any upcoming roles too?
No, but I don't mind because I always have more than enough to do at home. So
yeah.
Right now I'm working on the special effects makeup artist from Gerald's game. He gave me a life-size bust of my character of the Moonlight Man.
Yeah.
And I wanted to learn how to do 3D scans so that you can show it in a browser as a 3D object. And well, that took me about, I think, 1.5 months to get it right. And now I have to redo my one of my websites, the movie acting website.
Yeah.
And then I want to link it more closely to my photography website and Spherical Panoramas. So yeah, I have a lot of work to do here.
Yeah, you do have an old school website. I noticed you put your email address in the form of a recipe.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, that's a very old website. I mean, that was like I don't know, from 2003 or 4 or so, I think. So
yeah, that's really old.
That's, it looks like it. So yeah, I have to redo that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I got to meet you last year at Sinister Creature Con in Sacramento. When we took the picture, my mom was surprised at how tall you were next to me because I'm pretty tall. I'm 6'3".
All right.
Well, Carel, it was great to have you on the show today, and like I said, I'm going to go see Dr. Sleep eventually, and I wish you best of luck in whatever else you have coming up in the future.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. You have a great day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Carel Struycken. Ain't he a cool dude? Yes, Carel Lurch, very nice man, and I'm glad I got to talk to him today and got to hear some great anecdotes about old Hollywood. I love character actors. They are just the absolute best. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes!